Okay, quick. We can. Pune. Praveen is from Pune. Charan is from Hyderabad. Yes, one of our participants is from Pune. Bangalore. Okay, nice, nice. Amrit is from Pune. Okay. Pravesh is from Delhi. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, let's continue. Which version of Jira you are using currently? Server, data center, or cloud? Or you're not even using Jira? Even that is fine. Server, horizontally using server version. Charan is using cloud. We used to use server. Now we directly jumped into cloud instead of the data center in between. So anytime we do big jumps or big leaps. That's how I prepare. Sudhir is also using cloud, Praveen cloud. Okay, nice cloud. We are using cloud for today's discussion. Oh, good. Okay. Define control chart. If in case you're already aware, I don't need a textbook or Jira definition. What is a control chart? What is it you are aware? What is it you understood? Just it's not an assignment or exam. I'm not going to give any prizes. Don't worry. No judgment assessment as well. What are you are aware? You can unmute and share as well if in case you don't want to type a big sentence or statement. How do you think, or where do you think the control chart can be used, or where you already used, how it helped in your context?
Never used that, Satish.
Okay, never used. Fine, well and good. Then we'll try to figure out a way how or where it can be used. Of course.
Okay,
Again.
control chart
Yeah.
will be used to analyze the cycle time and the lead time. So, for example, the task
Yeah.
which we have agreed. So this is the timelines which is going to complete for the deliverables. However, after the work started, we will be calculating. Okay, there are possibilities where the task might get complete before the timelines which we have agreed before the start of the work, and there are possibilities which can get extended. So that's we can tell that okay, it's a cycle time and the lead time. So lead time is something which is started after we work on the deliverables or the task.
Thanks, Gauri-Shankar. That helps to set the context, at least for the folks who haven't used the control chart. Anyone else wants to add, share your pointers? Okay, fine, fair enough. Let's get started. So you can use this slide to ask the questions or any clarifications. If not, you can unmute and ask as well. Either ways is fine. I might not be looking at the chart window, but just let's see, because I'll be sharing the screen and I'll be looking at the Jira directly. So I might not be looking at the chart window, but yes, you can unmute and feel free to ask the questions anytime you have anything. Okay. Yes. So I'm directly jumping into the Jira. I don't have any slides prepared. No, I don't like using the PPTs. Instead, let's discuss directly in the Jira as a tool. So the first thing to start with, the control chart is one of the reports within the Scrum board or the Scrum project, if in case you are using, and if in case a Kanban team, Kanban way of working, control chart is one of the two reports which is available for Kanban project, Kanban way of working. So the first report which is available in the Kanban is cumulative flow diagram. The second is a control chart. We all know that for a Scrum project, we have multiple other ways like burn down chart, burn up chart, sprint report, velocity chart, epic report, version report, whatnot. Multiple reports are available for a Scrum project, whereas for Kanban project, the two key reports available are cumulative flow diagram, which we discussed in the earlier session last week, and control chart. Control chart is another report or another way how we can track, how we can figure out how the team is working, the actual deliverables, actual implementation, actual execution from the implementation perspective. We will be getting an idea by looking at the control chart as a report. Okay, so as a definition, it shows the cycle time for the product, version, or the sprint, how it can be, and what it is. It will be reflecting or representing the current state or the current completion of the whether it is for your product or the version or the sprint or the specific timelines or the duration which we can choose, which we can generate. It is up to us which or how we want to generate. So I'm jumping into the control chart, one of the control chart. We have different projects which are available, which I want to show or discuss. All these are like not the real projects. It is all created projects. So no confidential information or nothing. That's the reason I'm sharing it directly. So how the control chart, the moment we generate the control chart, this is how the chart got generated, and the from date and to date. Right now I created a custom report because of the timelines. I generated a custom report. We will discuss how or what is it. Yes, before going into the chart directly, let's quickly discuss how we can generate the report. Yes, the time scale is the first thing. You have different options: past week, 2 weeks, month, 3 months, 6 months, or all time or custom. It is up to us how we want to generate. If in case you are working on a Scrum way of working, you completed your sprint, you want to take a look at it, yes, you can take a look at past 2 weeks. You will get a control chart for your respective sprint, or past month for the last 2 sprints or 3 months, or even you can generate a custom report for a release or for a specific version or specific product from the starting day of the product. Let's suppose this product we started working in February 2022. Today is May 23, like 1 year, 3 months. So I want to take a look at the entire control chart from the beginning of the project till now. Yes, we have the option, we have a way to choose the custom dates as well. There is a time scale. The next is refining the report. By default, you will have all the stages or pages like to do, in progress, done. And again, this is a free version of Jira or Cloud. I haven't customized too much. So I'm just using the default workflows, default status, everything. So by default, to do, in progress, and done are there. To do is a backlog. I don't want to take a look at as of now how much time the issues are in the to do. It's not my perspective as a Scrum Master or as a coach. Done, obviously it is in done, so I don't want to take a look at done as well. All what I'm interested is how long the issues are in progress for a given team or for a given timeline is what I am interested, or as a Scrum Master you might be interested. So we have an option to filter out the columns or the status. If you can filter, you can generate your own filter, like for your own issues or for your own team, for set of team members, or whatever the filter you create, you can filter using that quick filters as well. Okay, so this is how we can generate the chart or we can generate the report. Are you good till now? How the different options or the possibilities you can generate the chart?
Satish, so this quick filters is we can create filters and we can apply it over here, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So, yeah, if I want to see some bugs and all, you can create the filter for that bugs and you can apply it.
Yes, you can. If you want to see only bugs, yes, you can. Or if you want to look at the issues only work by specific team members, maybe 3-4 team
Okay.
members. I'm just
Okay.
giving some rough example. Or
Yeah.
if you want to only your issues, or if you want to look at maybe in this timeline, you have your team worked on 5-6 releases, for example. You want to filter for specific release. Yes, you can
Okay.
create a filter and you can generate the chart. But that release might be between these dates, for example, right? So you want to see how long or what's the control chart timelines for that specific release. It's all possible. It is up to us what filter we want to input for generating the report.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Once the chart gets generated, this is how the numbers or the metrics start coming up. So for this current filter, 10 issues is what got filtered or got reflected on this chart. Okay, that is a representation. When we say the number here, it is showing us 10 issues, which means for the period we picked for the progress. I mean, the in progress is the only column I choose. For the duration and everything, 10 of the issues got generated into this. The average is 2 days, 7 hours is what the average. So we will be focused on the average, the minimum time and the maximum time. These are the 3 things we will be focusing on as a scrum master or as a coach any point of time. Okay, or even if in case you are working as a manager or any other role, product owner, whatever the role, these are the 3 timelines we will be focusing on: the average, the minimum time and the maximum time. Okay, so what does the average means? For these 10 issues, we don't know what the issues. We will get to know what is the 10 issues, but for now, we are seeing that 10 issues are there. The average is 2 days, 7 hours. Okay, this is looking a pretty decent number. If because we are just looking at the number of issues and the average, 2 days, 7 hours, maybe max to 3 days. Even if we round off, okay, 3 days, even in a sprint, on an average, 10 issues, 3 days, each issue is taking 3 days, which is sort of a average good number to some extent, But what is the minimum time? Less than a minute. Okay, what is a less than a minute? What does that mean? When you say less than a minute, minimum time, what does that mean? What is it reflecting or representing?
Any issue which is in progress status for less than a minute.
Exactly. The current filter or current report is for in progress. So the minimum time for some of the issues, we don't know which issue or how many issues or at which duration, but the minimum time is showing as less than a minute. And the status we filtered is for in progress, which means some of the issues out of those 10 issues got generated, it is in the status of in progress for less than a minute. Is it realistic? Is it feasible for any of the context, any of the project, whatever we take, any domain, any sector?
Very rare. Very rare.
Very rare. So let's suppose even if it is feasible or even if it is realistic, how much time we in the sense, not we as a scrum master, but we as a team might have spent to create that issue, define the acceptance criteria, tag it to the sprint, estimate it, start working in the sprint and complete it and push it into the production. That itself might have taken more than 10 minutes on a whole. So in progress itself is less than a minute. Is it even realistic? Not at all. Then what does that mean? What is it indirectly reflecting or representing?
Any
Maybe
issue has been.
Satish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please go ahead.
Yeah. So maybe Satish, maybe the team is only updating the status, like maybe after completion, they are just moving the status to done.
Exactly. Exactly. Team is completing it maybe during the daily stand up, or maybe during as soon as they feel or they realize, "Hey, the story is done. I forgot to update. Let me update from to do in progress," and then immediately drag and drop into done, or just update it from to do in progress done. Is it a best practice or a standard or a guideline?
No.
No. So we as a scrum master, we might not be working day in day out with the team, or we might not be closely observing or monitoring how or when the team is doing the updates, but isn't it one of the way to figure out how the team is progressing the issues in the real time? Yes. All right, this is one way. Of course, it is not to pinpoint, not to highlight the team member, but it is to set the clear context to the team. This is how the average is coming up, or minimum time. And again, another point is this will be indirectly coming up into this average as well, right? If the in progress is less than a minute, yes, this will be coming up in the average as well, which means the 2 days, 7 hours average is not the real average. It might be more because of the team not updating the what do you say, the on a timely basis. The average is coming as 2 days, 7 hours, which means it could be more than 2 days, 7 hours, ideally. So now, how do we figure out which issues are coming up is the less than a minute? Any idea? This is a graph or this is a chart. How do we figure out which issue, or on the chart, how do we figure out which issue is less than a minute?
The bottom one, I guess.
Bottom green.
Yeah, bottom green, yes. And what is this red line? The red line is the average. Average. Red line is average. So as a Scrum Master, whenever we are looking at this information in the graph, we need to look extreme ends. Here, this is one. Of course, we haven't discussed about it. Yes, but for now, the bottom greens. What is this green? Two issues. It's not one, two issues. And when it happened? On 1st January. What is this issues? Right click. Don't click here itself because it will open in the same window. Right click and open in the new tab. You will get a open in the new tab. And again, we have here. See, this is another issue. Okay, it is 23 hours. 23 hours, 58 minutes, which is like almost a day. So this is not of our concern, which is like it is one, which is like 1 day. Okay, well and good, in progress, or the cycle time is coming up. But here we have another thing. Again, another two issues. The average is 3 minutes. The maximum time is 7 minutes. Because we have two issues on that specific day, it is coming as less than a minute. Again, right click and open. You will get the issues and when, who worked on it and what is it. Everything you will get towards the issue details. You can click on it and you can take a look at it. And who's the one, what's the created date, updated date, everything. You will get an idea just by clicking on view issues. Are you good?
Satish, in other way around, if the issue has been send it back from in progress so to do, then it will again reflect in the graph, or it will not show it to here.
It will come in a different way. I don't have that information right now, Happy, the example, but we saw in some examples, the average is coming in minus days because the tool, again, Jira is a tool, right? So how this minimum time, maximum time average is calculated from the start date, end date, and the day it is done the progress, right? So because of this, the tool had some issue to generate a proper graph. So majority of the cases, we might not be directly sending it back to do. We might be having a alternative way or alternative workflow in the system or in the tool. We don't send directly from in progress to do, or we may have to see a way how to clear up. Is there a way to clear up the in progress information in the tool?
Okay, because the question is like, let's say we have a work in progress limit, and by any chance, team has picked some of the items in progress, and then realized subsequently within a minute of time that we have exceeded the work in progress. So they have also sent it back, and then the same scenario can be generated.
So we may have to what do you say, like encourage the team not to pull up, look at the WIP limits before picking up any of the items. Because I don't have, again, as I mentioned, I don't have the information handy, but the tool started generating minus days for this average and everything because of that one issue or couple of issues. So in such cases, we filtered out those issues where we know the issues which might be having a back dates for the in progress. We filter out those issues and we generate the graph for the remaining issues.
Okay.
Got it, Aman?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to
Making sense.
filter that issues because that might be making the other issues or the overall average clumpy or not
Absolutely.
giving a clear context. Okay.
Satish,
yeah,
if you allow, can I try to answer this question?
Sure. Yes. It's an
So,
open forum.
as per my understanding, I think here we get the status or maybe that issue time period for the in progress status, right? So even though if if that issue is we are moving towards done state, or maybe again a work in progress state, that doesn't matter because it only calculates that time period for that particular issue till the time that issue is in progress. If you are moving forward or backward, that doesn't matter. Means that is what my understanding is. I'm not sure. Is it correct one or
that is one way. That is one way. But at times, what might be happening is because let's suppose that issue was moved to in progress today and moved back to backlog or to do immediately. Right? What if the team start working on that issue after 2-3 weeks? We never know. Right? You got the point. So that in progress time might be coming as like more at that point if that is a situation. Got it, Aman?
yeah, correct, Satish.
Yeah.
Can we change it to hold? Like sometimes we keep it as hold.
Again, each organization has different ways to do that. So it is up to the organization to create a custom status or custom levels and see how we want to do it. So majority of the organizations won't be having only these three. They have different ways, right? To do in coding, in testing, in review, ready for release or done. I mean, I'm just giving some examples, right? So yes, again, if the team is following Kanban with specific WIP limits, my suggestion or recommendation is to make sure the team is focusing on the WIP limits before moving the issues into the next step or into that cross exceeding the limits. Okay.
Yeah, Satish.
Okay. So again, our intention is not just to focus on this minimum time or not just to have a conversation with the team or again, not to find faults with the team. No, that's not our intention. That could be one of it. Yes, that could be one of it. But the focus or the key thing which we can socialize with the team, with the product owner, or with the dependent teams is the maximum time. What's the maximum time? The overall time each issue on average is taking to complete from the starting phase till ending phase. This is what we call it as a cycle time, right? To do and done are excluded. So in between, we might be having 3-4 different stages or phases, like encoding, maybe I'm just giving example, analysis, encoding, in testing, in review, done. So done is excluded, analysis, encoding, in testing, in review. So these 4 stages, the one specific issue is passing these 3 phases, these 4 phases. Maximum time taken is 5 days, 23 hours. Again, if you round up, it is like 6 days. Well and good. Again, the team might be saying our sprint is of 2 weeks, 10 working days. So on average, we are taking 6 days for an issue, which is good, which is within the sprint timeline. So what's the problem? What's the concern? I don't have a concern. I'm good. As long as you as a team is good, I'm also good. But what's the next step? We can try to filter out with the phase wise. Let me try to bring up different report if I have it. If not, I will, we can discuss in the Excel. See, this is how like, I have different status or different stages, right? So here, the average taken is 3 weeks, dollars. Was 3 weeks, dollars, of course. This is all dummy data, don't worry about it. So, but this development and in progress is 3 weeks. Let's take a look at how long this is in progress. Hey, in progress is 3 weeks still. Okay, then let me look only for development. Okay, this is all dummy data, don't look at it. Let me bring up an Excel, we will discuss on it. Are you good till now?
Yes, Satish.
Yeah, Satish.
Yes.
Okay, you are able to see the Excel?
Yes, Satish.
Yep.
Okay. Now, let's suppose analysis, encoding, in testing, in review. Okay, these are the 4 stages or 4 phases we have. I am excluding to do and done. So average or maximum time coming up is like, let's suppose 5 days, 23 hours. Right, so this is for 10 issues which we filtered just now. So as long as we are looking at this maximum time together, we might not get insights. We might not get the, what do you say, the clear information. We might want to filter out phase wise or stage wise. Let's suppose analysis, it is taking 4 hours. Okay, encoding, it is taking maybe 1 day, 16 hours. In testing, it is taking another 1 day, 22 hours. The remaining team is in review, for example, like how much it will be, like maybe 3 days, for example. Right? Again, this is rough numbers, right? So take a look at it. On the whole, 5 days, 23 hours is looking good, but phase wise, if we start filtering out, analysis, it is only 4 hours, which is like, okay, sort of. Encoding, 1 day, 16 hours for these 10 issues. Okay. In testing, 1 day, 22 hours. Well and good. Okay. Have you found the red flag? Why these 10 issues are in review for 3 days? You're getting it? So what does it mean? What we can do with this information?
Yeah, maybe the development and testing tasks are already completed, but since review is pending, we are not about, the task is not moved to done state.
So what does it mean again?
The review process is taking more time, maybe.
Review process taking more time. So what's the
Maybe
next steps?
identify this one, the technical aspects. So do we need to improve anything technically, something like that, right?
Right? You are getting the clue? So,
Yes.
on average, maximum time is looking good. But the moment we break it down into phase wise or stage wise, we will get to know, or we will be able to figure out where the blocker, where the bottleneck, where the delay, or where the improvements could be brought to the team. Sorry for that. So every time we as a Scrum Master, we will be getting some targets, or we'll be getting expectations from the companies, from the organizations. We need to improve the team way of working. How do we improve? We are not doing the technical work. We are not doing the implementation. We are not doing the actual deliverables. How we as a Scrum Master can help the team? By showcasing such information. During the retrospective, share this information to the team. Team, this is how the information is coming up. What does it mean? So how we as a team want to improve our way of working? What could be the way we need to do for review to improve? Right? You're good?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, every time we get a question, how I as a Scrum Master, who is not technical expert, who is not working in the implementation, how do I get to know where or how the team should improve? Should I give the suggestions or solutions on my own? No. Share the information, showcase the data, that's it. And ask the question to the team. Now this is the information. Okay, what's next? How do we as a team want to proceed further? Right? Are you good?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is why the name of the chart is mentioned as control chart. The entire control of the overall each and every issue is at your fingerprints, at your fingertips. You just need to generate the graph or the chart, share this with the team, let the team figure out a way how they want to progress, how they want to go ahead. That's it. And if in case you are able to succeed, improve, help the team improve, this is what you can showcase as a success story to your reporting manager end of the year or during your appraisal cycle. Hey, when I started working with this team, this is the average or the maximum time the team used to take. Now, after these conversations with the team or after these improvements which we brought to the team, this is the maximum time the team is taking up, and this is how the improvements is coming up. This is what my success as a Scrum Master. This is how I help the team. Right? Are you good? You know?
Correct, Satish. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Olu Tai. I'm not sure whether I pronounced your name. Yes. You can go ahead, please.
You pronounce it correctly.
Sure. Thank you.
I'm a Scrum Master.
Mhm.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, my company before we're using capacity in hours.
Mhm.
But now later they change it into story pointing.
Mhm.
So when we're using capacity in hours,
Mhm.
we don't have good burn down chart.
Mm.
So now when we started using story pointing, then you can see that instead of having just a straight line, now we can see some shapes in the burn down chart.
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
the company now said that they want to know how long it takes the developer to complete a task.
Mm.
So in other words, now what they were proposing is we should continue using story pointing
Mhm.
for the user story.
Mhm.
Then for each subtask,
Mm.
the developers should put the hours it takes them to complete the subtask.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
because I'm kind of confused. Number one question,
Mm.
can you combine both together?
Okay. Okay.
And number two, how would the burn down chart, is it going to be showing is the burn down chart going to be showing the information in story pointing of the user story, or it will only be showing the information for the subtasks? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused.
Sure. So as a practice, you can use story points at the story level, and the estimates in hours or days or what are the duration the team is giving at the subtask level. Yes, many companies are doing it. Many companies are
Okay,
doing it.
thank you.
That
Okay,
is
thank
fine,
you.
well and good. Only
Okay.
thing is, only thing my suggestion is, don't try to convert to using the conversion like one story point is equal to these many hours. No, prefer not to do that. Prefer not to do that. Does
Okay.
it answer your first question?
Yes, it does, clearly.
Okay.
Yes.
The second question is, in the burn down chart, we have the option of either story point or original time estimate. So it is up to us how we want to track. If we pick and choose story points, it will be reflecting in the story points. Or if we give the original time estimate, it will be showcasing in the time estimate for the subtask given by the team. So we have both the options. We can use whichever option is convenient or comfortable as per our context.
Okay. So is that what will be showing in the, okay, when I'm swapping, if I use the story point, then it will show me the graph of how the story point for the sprint will look like. Then if I change again to estimation, then it will also show me the graph of how it is done.
Yes. So right now I'm in the story points. It is showing estimate of 5, estimate of 1, so total of 6 story points. The moment I change it to time estimate, it is showing in the 72 hours. So 1 week, 2 days, 2 days. So the time estimate at the subtask level given by the team.
Okay, thank you. Then how do I manage to calculate the team's velocity?
Team velocity, it will be anytime in the story point itself. It will be generated automatically in the velocity chart. We can discuss it offline because we still have some more points regarding the control chart which you want to discuss.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Any other questions before I continue with the control chart?
I'm good, Satish.
Okay. Now, as I was mentioning before, generate the graph or generate the control chart. Let's suppose you are joining as a Scrum Master for a team, new team. Take a look at this. And this is the information for maybe the last 6 months, last 3 months. whatever the information is looking comfortable for you as a Scrum Master to take it to the team to start having a conversation, generate that, have this information in Excel or something like this. So then once you start having the conversation with the team start improving. Of course, you won't expect magic in one sprint or two sprint or in one conversation. You may have to bring up the discussion multiple times, different perspectives. Then again, keep on generating maybe every quarter or every release over you want, and start showcasing this as a success story for your team, which is indirectly your success story as a Scrum Master, right? So you can add some comments stating that this is initial context as starting with team as a Scrum Master, right? Like after first quarter, for example, like the same 10 issues. I mean, then it could be like 4 days, 2 hours, for example. So this might be there, might be as is, might be again still. I'm just giving an example. So it might came to 1 day, 18 hours. Don't just calculate. I'm just giving rough numbers, right? So if this is the case, okay. So within a quarter, we reduced or we improved at least 1 day of time. Then the second quarter, maybe this time we have so 20 issues, for example. Okay, it might be still same or more or less. Every time we need to figure out where the improvement should be, or whether the improvement action items which we as the team took is reflecting in the overall time taken by the team. Okay, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, the second quarter, this is how the numbers are coming up. What does this mean? This is same as a second quarter, third quarter, but the numbers got changed. Overall time is looking same, but at each phase, the numbers got differed. What it could be?
The team has spent time in improving the code quality, and hence the review time has reduced.
Well and good, fair enough. But what about the other stages or phases?
Analysis phase is taking much time as against the previous quarter issues. So maybe that
Analysis.
also need a kind attention.
And in coding phase as well, or the development phase as well, is taking more time compared. Of course, we can't just directly give just looking at the metrics or the numbers, right? But what might be the reason, or what could be the reason? In the last 2 quarters, yes.
I think because this time they take 20 issues as against 10 issues they were taking previously.
Okay, yeah, that could be the reason.
And also because of their their knowledge, their knowledge is increasing. So you can see that in testing, they're still able to do the testing same time with 20 issues compared previously to 10 issues when they're using same time. Then if you look at the only thing that I believe changes is even the analysis stage. But the analysis stage could be because they have more issue this time, so they're spending more time on that. But with the review, Then the review is reduced as well, 6 hours. So that's my observation.
Exactly. So because the team has more issues, they might have spent more time on analysis. At the same time, because they have taken more issues into the coding at a time, it might have taken more time to complete as well. Do we have to review or revise our WIP limits? Too many issues in progress at a time? Maybe that could be the thing, or too many issues, or there is another perspective as well. What else apart from the points we discussed till now? Any other thoughts?
Maybe we are talking about the next quarter, so we have a new requirement here to have a more analysis time.
Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Maybe the team might be new.
Team might be new. Okay. Yes. What else?
Team started thinking that we can use more time in analysis if we are using less time in review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Spending time, more time during the initial phases of the sprints instead of at the end of the sprint, that saves a lot of time.
Yeah. Maybe shift left testing or shift left
Yeah.
thought process.
Yes.
Yeah,
Rather than,
BDD.
rather than having back and forth conversations or back and forth sending the issue or the code back and forth during the review phase, they might have started spending more time or more focus on the analysis phase or during the coding phase itself. Yes, to improve the code quality. Well and good, fair enough. Yes.
It has, the team efficiency has increased actually, if you see.
Yeah, because it is showcasing in testing and in review, even though more issues were taken, the team was able to complete in the same average time, and the review time was drastically reduced. And why the review time was drastically reduced? Because the team spent enough time to analyze and in the coding phase itself to make sure everything is taken care to the possible extent. Yes. Another perspective, again, there is some more. Let me try to bring it up in the benefit of time. The team might be asked to take these issues without proper acceptance criteria, without even meeting definition of ready. Because of which, once the team started doing the analysis, once the team started coding, they may have to wait for the clarifications to get it continued or get it completed from that phase or stage. That's another perspective. Yeah, who knows? Right? So just don't look at the numbers. Again, my point anytime, don't just look at the numbers or the metrics. As a Scrum Master, if you're working with the team, we will be in the daily stand-up or in the sprint planning or in the discussions, we will be able to figure out these gaps in the team. We might have brought this point during the daily stand-up itself, maybe the second day or third day, still the issues are in the analysis stage. Hey, why the issues are still in analysis, or why it is taking more time to move it into the coding phase. The team might have raised that concern or point or should maybe. The acceptance criteria is not clear, or we are waiting for a clarification, or we are waiting for this specific dependency to get resolved. I'm just throwing some random thoughts. So it could be anything and possible. Right. So make sure to have this information so that that will be helpful to have conversation with your team with data, with the information, Okay, are you good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions or any doubts? Anyone want to add any pointers?
So this can be used in Scrum also, right? Both Scrum and Kanban.
Yes. This is available in both Scrum and Kanban. Yes.
Okay.
Along with this, we will have the control chart.
Okay.
We can make use of this control chart in Scrum as well. And in the Scrum, it might make more relevance as well, because we can have a way to compare, like sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, like that. Of course, no need to exactly compare, but yes, if required, we can do that. Because Kanban also, we can use it. We have to mandatory, that is mandatory to help in the Kanban way of working, because in the Kanban, we have the SLAs, the timelines defined. So if we have to suggest or recommend to improve the SLAs, this is the way we generate the actual time spent by the team to get the information. We can figure out, then we can filter, okay, save 1 issue, so much time it is taking, save 2 issues, so much time it is taking, save 3 issues, so much time it is taking. So what is the current SLAs? What is the actuals coming up? So do we need to focus on anything? Do we need to discuss? Do we need to revise? What's the next steps? By looking at that Kanban SLA level with each and every priority or severity of the issue, that helps Kanban a lot. Same way for Scrum level as well, we can generate this. And if in any case it is for Scrum, no need to explicitly bring it to the discussion to the team for every sprint, but as and when required, we can have the conversation, maybe once in 2 sprints, which is like almost like a sort of a month, or maybe once a release or once a quarter. We can bring this to the discussion during the retrospective, or even before the retrospective. You can generate this information and share it to the team. Sharing the team this information, let's take a look at it. We can have a conversation during the retrospective. And again, no need to pinpoint or anything, right? It is to help the team. You need to set the context. Team, this is not the blame game. This is not the thing to figure out who is doing that less than a minute or thing. No. How we as a team can improve, and where we need to focus to improve our way of working. There is a reason we are using this information.
Okay.
Okay.
I think this can help us in better estimations as well.
Exactly.
Right. We're taking
many times. Yes. Thanks for bringing that, Nitin. Many times we hear that Scrum Masters will get a question. We have 100 issues in our backlog. By when we can complete? Hey, how do I know? I'm not the product owner. I'm not the team. How do I know? By looking at this information, on an average, 10 issues, it is taking 5 days. So here we are not talking about story points or anything. You could be saying, okay, 100 issues into 5 days or into 6 days would be taking 600 days. How many sprints or how many releases? Just try to do rough math and mention based upon the current information. This could be the time. This could be the timeline. It might take these many sprints. It might take these many releases, or whatever the timelines, cadence we can mention it.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, that is like a sort of the thing from my side. Yes. Any feedback or any suggestions? Is this session helpful?
Yes, Satish, it was helpful actually. So I was trying to find out a way on how to find the lead times for each of these stories or tasks, what are the team is working. So I think this will help now. Let me see how we can,
Sure.
effectively utilize this. Okay.
Sure. Go back to your teams, go back, generate your own control charts. If required, filter out some issues. If you feel too many deviations are coming up,
Okay.
then you can see. Before taking to your team, first you need to understand the information, then you can take it to the team. Don't just any report, right? Don't take it to the team directly. First, you
Yes.
do your homework, you do your analysis, then take it to the team.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Satish.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Okay. Yes. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Satish.
Yeah. Let's discuss in the group which topic or any next topic we want to discuss. We can schedule sometime in the next week, if possible, most probably. And if not within this week, we will see, and we will share the information. Okay, I need to jump into another meeting right away. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Satish. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.